So today I'm making a Lego table for everyone in the family, and I'm going to be using the following items, mostly from Ikea. This is my Tray Fast tray from the Tray Fast range at Ikea. I'm going to use 2 of those. I've got 2 tray sliders for each tray, so 4 tray sliders from the Tray Fast range at Ikea. It comes with 4 screws, however I've changed these over and I'm going to be using wood screws for those. And finally I've got 2 wooden battens which are going to be supporting the trays and are going to be stuck under the table to support the trays. And I've got trusty glue. This is the Lack table that I'm using from Ikea. It's an old table that we've had for quite a while. I'm going to mark the bottom of the table where I'm going to put the battens in order for the drawers to slide in. And I'm going to draw that with pencil. Do that. So I've marked the underside of the Lack table with pencil marks, and this is where my battens are going to go. The drawer needs to be 46.6 centimetres apart in order for the drawers to slide in. So I've measured that from our old Tray Fast system. The trays slide in like this, just making sure that my lines are correct. And the battens go to the side. I put 2 holes in so the drawers sliders can fit in using the little ends at the back, and I'm going to screw the 2 sliders in as well. So I'm going to have 2 on each batten in order for there to be 2 trays added to my table. I've made the battens with the sliders and I'm just stuck the battens on to the bottom of the table with blue tack, and I'm just testing to see whether my drawers slide in. And I have to say, luckily I did, because when I drew my lines I didn't take into account the width of the battens. So always test before you do it. I'm going to glue the battens down and screw them in using wood screws, and then that should be the end of my Lego hack. I've added some extra wooden bits at the end of my battens because the screws that I used were poking out slightly, so to make it safe for the children. This is the side view where I've put it in widthways, the trays, and I've made sure that there's ample room for the trays to slide in and out. And I had 1 length of batten which I pre-bought, and I divided it in 2. Checking that my trays are sliding out, and then I'll stick the battens on. All's good. Ensured everything stayed in place, and now I'll commence to the gluing. So I've stuck the battens on. I'm going to use the wood screw to screw them in. I'm measuring my wood screw just to ensure that it's not too long or too short, and to take into account the size of the batten and enough to go into the table. I want to ensure that I don't hurt the children with any pointy screws coming out. So I've glued down the battens. I've used some heavy weights to push the battens down as I don't have any clamps, and I'm going to wait around half an hour just for the glue to set. It says 10 minutes on the glue, but I like to give it extra time. And this is the finished product. I've got the Lego table with my bases already stuck on. I've got 2 drawers on either side, and I've made use of an old Lack Ikea table that we've had for ages. It's around £5 in Ikea. I've made use of our Trofar system, which the children are outgrowing at the moment, and I've taken those off from the old system. And I think the only thing that I've actually had to buy is the 2 wooden battens in order to ensure that the drawer sliders slide on. Anyone can do this if I can. Thank you for watching.